Okay, well, we are picked up.
Okay, so B-Man said the note, pigs are crazy, they'll eat anything. And that's a fact. And I have a story to back that up. So back where I grew up, there were multiple pig farms. And they were, well, most of them were run by older couples, you know, as is the norm in small town farming or small farm farming.
Mm-hmm.
And one day the guy, there was somebody in the neighborhood, I think it was a distant neighbor, he disappeared.
Okay.
You know, he disappeared and they couldn't figure out what the hell happened to him.
Oh, no.
Okay, and they're like, well, what the hell happened to Jim? I don't remember what his name was. I'm just going to say Jim because the fuck. So they sat there and they did a big investigation about it, right? And they were like, okay, we got to find out what happened to Jim. Well, they came to find that Jim had a heart attack. He had heart problems.
Okay.
And apparently he was in the pigsty. He was in the area with the pigs. And he had a heart attack. And he couldn't get anybody to help him because everybody happened to be gone at the time when he was, feeding the pigs. And all they found left were actually the hooks from his overalls.
Wow.
Everything else was gone. Everything else had been eaten. And when they slaughtered the pigs, they found like pieces of cloth from what he was wearing that morning, the morning he disappeared.
Wow.
So, yeah, so only the metal bits were the only thing left. And, they ended up calling it an accident and everything, but, yeah, so that's the reality with pigs. I mean, granted, goats and sheep aren't much better because and cows, they'll all eat, they'll eat nails.
Yeah.
Pigs won't eat nails. And yes, B-Man, that is a literal horror. I don't know that, and actually I would say that pigs aren't that discerning. They will kill their own young and eat them if they don't have enough food to sustain the young, I believe. I don't remember which mobster, if it was Lock, Stock, and Two Broken Barrels,
Smoking?
or Two Smoking Barrels, or if it was Snatch. But one of them, yes, did have the whole pig farm mobster as a plot point. Well, there was one of them. There was
Eden Meadow Cinemas. And they're still playing. Okay, not asking any questions about that.
You probably don't want to know the first thought that got into my head, so I'm just going to leave that.
And there are ghouls watching the movie.
Last stand at Fort McKinley?
I guess so. Yeah, there are a lot of ghouls.
Something out there.
Gangrenous. Leg.
Okay, who got me here?
Snuck up behind you.
Charred feral ghoul. Now known as Stumpy.
Now you see why he likes the railroad spike gun so much.
It's a pretty nice gun. You actually don't need that many rounds for it because, well...
You get about a third of it back.
And it just does so much work. Okay.
Don't forget the ones up there that... Wait, is that a leg?
Where?
Go forward. Right there.
Yeah.
Does that have a spike through it?
Yep.
Nice.
Fort McGee is where this last stand was at. I have no idea. Okay. So, okay, just some solvent.
Yeah, but it might have had some, railroad spikes, so I was not gonna let you lose it.
Let's have some more whiskey.
Turn around.
Somebody... Oh, there he is. Four fusion cores, not bad.
This is why the drive-through theaters died out, is all these goddamn ghouls.
I will buy that explanation.
You know, funny story, I've never actually been to a drive-through.
What?
Yeah.
We need to find a drive-through.
Never been to one. Actually, an entertaining story. Back where I grew up, we had one.
Mm-hmm.
I just never went because it just so happened that, you know, they were never had anything that I wanted to watch.
We had one like right down the road from us in college.
I know.
If you told me, I didn't remember it. I don't remember that. But if I remembered you telling me, I would have been like, let's go to the drive-in.
But anyway, so there was one time that I was like, okay, let's go to a drive-in movie, right? And we had a tornado come through and destroy the theater.
Okay.
And it was at that point that I was like, well, I guess it's just not meant to be.
That is a fair statement at that point.
Then I lived like just down the road from one for like 8 years. And like I just couldn't see the reason to go by myself to a drive-in movie because it's kind of one of those things that you go to with a group of people. And it was only ever me and one other person who went to movies like that, so it was just more practical rather than paying for an entire car to just, buy 2 tickets.
Let's see, to help out
Plus, I was cheap. I was a poor college student at the time. There was no way in hell I was going to spend more than I had to go see a movie.
We're going to take off this guy's leg. The music just makes it better.
The charred feral ghouls almost look like you're killing the Hulk.
Okay. And that's a legendary charred feral ghoul. So, yeah, about your legs there, buddy. Like,
Jesus
seriously.
H. Christ.
Where are these things coming from? Ooh, 4-leaf clover. Nice.
Lucky shot.
I love the fact that it makes train noises.
Love the choo-choo. Well, you get the spike back.
Nice.
It's really too bad that you can't use things like screwdrivers in the train gun, the railroad gun.
Like what? It's close enough. Uh-oh, something found me. I think.
Go kill the go loot the feral.
Oh, this one.
Yes.
I just had a pack of smokes.
If that's all you had, how did you become a ghoul?
Out of sheer desperation. Something's running around up here. Hello. Goodbye.
You know what impresses me is the fact that he actually has something holding his pants up.
And that is why we are not smokers.
I am not a smoker. I've never smoked. I think I took 2 puffs on a cigar once. One event where I was out there and I took 2 puffs off a cigar, and outside of that, I've never smoked in my life. And that's partially because of the fact that I watched my grandfather die of emphysema and COPD and lung cancer,
Yeah.
because those things all usually go together. But yeah, I mean, I've actually never smoked, and even though I sound like a smoker, and I know what a smoker sounds like, it's because Dave's mom smoked.
Hide and seek.
So I know what they sound like. This isn't from smoking. I've never smoked. Actually, entertaining story. My younger sister, she was probably about 8 years old. My older brother, he was in college, and he came home for some kind of break, whether fall break, winter break, spring break, doesn't matter. Came home for break, and my little sister found a pack of cigarettes.
Oh boy.
And this is my youngest sister. She sits there and she's the holier than thou type. And she sat there and she's like, I can't believe that you're smoking. And sat there and ran him the 5th degree
Nice.
about smoking. And he just looked at her and said, I'm an adult. Shut the fuck up. And turned around and walked away. It was like his freshman year in college. You know, he was just trying shit out. And, yeah, and my little sister did not take kindly to that. Not at all. She sat there and she followed him around, just badgering him all week. Just
Nice.
badgering him. Funny thing is, he never brought smokes home ever again, and I know to this day he doesn't smoke.
Hey, chalk one up for her.
Actually, one of the things she said, you just watched our grandfather die from emphysema COPD. She was a little sprite.
She was like, what are you
What
thinking?
the hell is wrong with you? Do you want to die? I just remember laughing. Yeah, I just remember laughing because I was like, that's all true. I mean, it's part of the reason why I never smoked.
Yep. Hello, legendary
hell, when-
bloated
oh,
glowing
God.
one.
Hell, when you were what, 8 years old, you tried to get your parents to stop.
Actually, funny thing about that one, when I was 4, I sat there, I told my mom I wanted to be a smoker like her. So she handed me a cigarette and said, why wait? I said I wanted to be a smoker like her when I grew up, but she handed me a cigarette and said, why wait?
Not that it's not.
I love your mom, but your mom's kind of nuts.
Yeah, so I sat there, and naturally I was like, puff, puff, and oh god, this is the worst thing ever.
Oh God, I'm sick.
Yeah, I was like, I don't ever want to be a smoker. And,
You know, I never needed that. Of course, then again,
You can't leave it alone laughing at smokers.
No, I'm not. My lungs are perfectly fine where they are. This is all in my throat.
Quiet. The land's mine again. For what you done, you can leave. Leave before I need to go hunting and kill.
I was sent to claim the lumber mill for Far Harbor.
This is my land. Keep the outsiders away. Or, let them come. Send them to me.
Oh, he's not crazy.
Send all of them to me. And then I'll hunt them, salvage their gear, collect the meat, then toss the remains for the fog. What do you say?
Oh boy, this is another one of those cannibals, I think.
Make it worth your while.
You're gonna eat them?
Belly gets so awful empty in the fog. To me, their meat, your meat, all of us are.
Yeah,
Party
Malcolm's
to murder.
like a real stable fellow.
Well, I got no use for you.
And I got no use for you. Let's see about this terminal. Yeah, but around when I was 8.
Jimmy, if you don't keep that...
Okay. I can just sit here and...
Jimmy, if you don't...
Okay, you're being troublesome, computer. I'm not going to sit here and watch this thing.
Oh, let it play.
I'll play it while I'm doing everything else. But yeah, around when I was 8, I sat there and I hid my parents' cigarettes and told them they really needed to stop smoking.
Was that before or after you took all of a half of a carton of cigarettes and you broke them all?
I don't remember doing that.
Your mother told me that you did.
I might have-
Your mother told me about how you sat there and you were like, you were little and you had gone to something and they were like, smoking is bad, and you told her, Mommy, smoking is bad, and she said, yeah, honey, that's right, and you sat there and you broke like an entire pack of cigarettes in half, and she smacked the shit out of you.
Might have been my brother who did that.
I never trust what parents say exactly about their kids when they have more than one, because there's so many times that they sit there and they transpose. They transpose what happened from one kid to another. It's like my family has the string story that some child in my family, when they were little, ate a string, and then when they were pooping it out, they had to wait on it. Okay? Bit of a story. But every time, it doesn't matter. Growing up, when somebody had a boyfriend or a girlfriend come over, that story came out, and all of a sudden it was about the person whose significant other or whatever came to visit. And it doesn't mean that it's true or accurate. Yes, it might have happened, but you don't know who the fuck it happened to.
Okay, true. And again, considering my brother was a smoker, I don't know that he would have actually broken smokes at any point.
Your brother's also 6 years older than you. And an idiot. Don't get me wrong. He's got a cute kid. But your brother's a fucking idiot.
That's fair.
Same way that one of my brothers is a fucking idiot. Woo!
You only have 2 brothers, so...
Hey, I'm not one of them.
True.
I only have 2 brothers who born brothers. All the rest of them are all in-laws. I don't have to like all of my in-laws. I only have to tolerate them.
Beeman's brother is a year older than him. Irish twins.
Wow. Your mom was busy.
Nice. I love the fact that we both went there.
Yay! I'm entertained.
Easily so.
I am under the weather, and I'm trying hard, goddammit.
You're doing great.
No, I'm not. I know I'm not doing great. I'm doing the best that I can. That's all I'm trying to do.
Now, I don't wish to alarm anyone, but it appears that this
Actually, interesting question. How many times have there been Irish triplets where you sat there and you had a single and a double?
that's a good question.
Or a double and a single? Why would you do that?
Yeah, I do not wish to alarm anyone, but this water appears to be on fire.
This shit is on fire. I that's all I got. Put it out. Put it out.
Some water to drink.
Can't pick
Victoria's trunk.
Well, you're gonna be back here.
Yep. Meanwhile, I think I'll go back to turn in some quests and then take a moment. So let's see. Small Bertha. I need to get some Mirelurk carcasses. Okay. Where can I find a Mirelurk? You would think, although the seashore around here, Mirelurks would be easy to find. Fact is, they are not. Here, Mirelurk, Mirelurk, Mirelurk. That is an angler, not a Mirelurk. I'm not messing with that.
It's really too bad in the location that was on fire that they didn't have any Mirelurks there. Could
True.
you've gotten some pre-cooked meat?
I like that thought. Which, if anybody is not aware of this, there is a brand of beer called Burning River Pale Ale.
From the
Great
Great Lakes Brewing Company.
And the reason they call it that is because at one point the
Cuyahoga.
the Cuyahoga River. Yeah, the Cuyahoga River actually caught on fire.
That was back in the 60s.
And it's a major
Or 70s.
Yeah, it's a major reason we have an EPA right now is because at that point the
Well, that wasn't the only river that had started on fire from pollution. There was one in, I believe, Illinois that also started on fire from pollution. And then there was one in upstate New York. I think it was upstate New York that sat there and had such a high acidity rate because of what was being dumped into the river. It sat there and they just had hundreds of dead fish just lying on the surface.
yeah.
Not only that, if you went to if you went to the California coastline back in the 70s, they have pictures of what the coastline looked like in the 70s because you would sit there and have people abandoning cars and other detritus just off on the side of the road, and there was nothing to do with it.
Yep.
And all of that has led to us having the EPA and be like, well, you know, we want our coastlines and our rivers to be nice and clean because that's fucking important. So we're going to create the EPA. And apparently there's some people in government right now who don't think that that's very fucking important. Apparently they don't drink water.
Yeah. I understand. But I'm going to pause for a second.
It's a good thing President Trump is going to finally curtail those pesky EPA goons so we can have historic river events like that again. Yeah. Round fodder, that's one way to look at it, I guess. And if I'm remembering correctly, there is actually a Mirelurk swamp somewhere in Far Harbor.
There's Marlurks all over the place in Far Harbor. It's just a question of, well, where in particular in relation to me are they? So you know what? I sat there and I thought about this, and I'm like, you know, at some point I will find those Mirelurks. So let's go turn these in, and then we'll see where that puts us.
I'll be honest, I kind of wonder if President Trump...
It's okay. It's okay to be a little bit ill saying that.
Oh God. I know how many days it's been, but my God, I just sit there and it's still every time. It just makes me gag. Anyway, I wonder if he really understands what the fuck the EP8 is. Kind of like the same way he doesn't understand NATO. And, well, a lot of other things. The fuck am I looking at here? Am I actually looking at a stag fucking a doe on its back?
Yes, you are.
That's not how they do that.
So, yeah. I had no explanation.
That is not how they do that. I would prefer to see a fucking real fucking buffalo or a moose fucking a buffalo statue.
Yeah. Captain Avery's alright, I guess.
That is how they go.
Come scraping by. Children of Adam are dangerous.
Actually, bad for business for Trump means bad for my coffers. Fuck the
I
rest
cleared
of
the
you.
lumber mill for you.
We gotta go see the captain. Here's the pay. I don't care if you don't want it. People keep leaving the
Hey.
island. But now that there's land to call their own, they'll come back. My friends have already sent word. We're going to turn back the tide. You'll see.
Bait shop's got everything you need.
Hey, Bertha.
Excuse me, ma'am?
Smalls, we got no time for you.
The mainlander cleared out Echo Lake Lumber Mill.
I'm pretty amazing.
Please
Whatever
listen
you're
to
talking
Bertha.
about isn't as important as what Bertha's got to say.
We gotta get off the docks, Captain. If you give us some of those Acadian fog condensers, my friends are ready to homestead the lumber mill.
Surviving is about more than taming fog. We gotta stay together, Bertha.
But we're no good here. Harbormen need their own land, something to protect and hold.
I was wrong about you.
What?
Not you. You. Bertha knows this island better than you, Avery. We give folks some condensers, materials, and a chance to build defenses. And we'll survive all right, and thrive.
Does he kind of look like
I can lend a hand, too.
Just a
You
bit.
would? Well, then their odds are sure to be better. Give them the fog condensers, Avery.
Well, I won't stop you, but until we deal with the children of Adam, settling the island again, it could blow up in your face. Come, Bertha.
You might want to check up on Echo Lake. Bertha's friends would no doubt welcome you. And take this. You never cease to amaze.
I am
Fuck you, got
amazing.
mine has been the GOP rallying cry for decades.
That's fair.
That's a fair enough assessment. It's been the GOP hardline
Looking
since
for a
about
bargain.
the 70s at least.
Let's trade.
Of course.
Ever since the switch over of the Dixiecrats into the Republican Party and the Republican Party's whole fuck you got mine mentality.
You know, you gotta say this, though. It's very easy to abbreviate.
Pimentas didn't know I was a Republican for all these years. Well, the thing is the Republican Party still tries to claim that they're the party of Lincoln. They're trying to claim that they're the party of the radicals. I'm sorry.
Fuck you, my cats have mine. It's not the same.
I got a writ for it right here.
If it ain't one of my
God.
favorite customers. What can I do you for?
His body's not
Oh,
What you got?
Let's deal.
robot cry. But yeah, they try to claim that they're like the radical Republicans of the 1850s and 60s. I just find that humorous because most of the GOP hate anybody who's not white. And exactly like them. It just kills me because those are the people who are like, well, yeah, we don't... The party of Lincoln was like, I don't know that we should be keeping slaves, but I don't know that we shouldn't be keeping slaves. And it wasn't until we got into like 1863-ish and the Emancipation Proclamation, which said that if you were a slave outside of, well, if you weren't in the swing state areas that didn't go with the Confederacy, you forfeit your slaves, but if you're not in those areas, you don't forfeit your slaves.
Yeah.
So, you know, that all being said, the fact of the matter also is that that Civil War was fought over slavery. That was the primary reason. So,
I probably
in that way, I guess the Republicans of yore are pretty damn fucking liberal and radical.
Mitch is at a loss for words.
Hush now. I owe you
He looks like an alpha cat.
He does. Fire belly recipe.
He looks like he stole his outfit and everything and his grease from the alpha cats.
So while we're here, might as well level up.
And see if he has any booze to share. How you doing on booze, by the way?
I am the empty.
But no. No, I mean Archer.
Oh.
You're gonna have to wait a minute. I'm still working, and I've got this thing right here being all like jacked up and shit.
Okay. So we just sat there and put a point in our in a skill that will, or a thing that will give us a plus 25% bonus to headshots.
Boom.
Headshot. I figured that's worth doing.
It's really too bad that they don't have any kind of plus to limb shots.
You would think.
Because limb shots are like rim shots on a drum set.